Hey everyone, this is not luxury. This is not luxury. This shopping experience, this lifestyle party, this scene, is any of that truly luxury? Or is that what we have been made to think? Everything you see here is manufactured. But now with social media, all I hear about are complaints about the lack of service and luxury and the lack of quality in their goods when these luxury brands continue to raise prices. Yet, customers still find ways to justify it and put these luxury brands on a pedestal. So let's talk about it. My name is Michelle and I'm a former client advisor for Louis Vuitton. And my channel used to be about luxury handbags, and my mind has changed a lot about what luxury brands really mean. So not too long ago, even just 15 years ago, luxury used to be for the rich and famous and the Hollywood elite. I remember when Louis Vuitton spokesperson was Angelina Jolie, and the celebs that would hold their bags were Paris Hilton and Gwen Stefani, and those of the sort, really high Hollywood elite. That was the target. That was the dream. And they were of a certain age. But now times have changed. These brands are now using celebrities such as Zendaya, Jenna Ortega, Kylie Jenner, every K-pop star on Louis Vuitton, Dior, Tiffany, Bulgari, and the target is getting younger and younger. Let's face it, these celebrities target tweens, teens, young adults in their 20s and young 30s who have not built up the income to afford this type of luxury lifestyle. But now, luxury is no longer exclusive. It is being sold to the masses, and it is all about mass marketing. The images they are using is all about making you feel like you need to be part of this exclusive crowd. And guess what? You can be. This is achievable. We invite everybody into the store as long as you have a credit card to put your luxury goods on. You can have it. You really can. But just because you can doesn't mean that you should. Let me be your older sister here, your voice of reason. Don't do it. Don't fall into this trap. So I've worked in luxury retail, which is also why I started my channel to address some of the complaints, consumer complaints and concerns about luxury goods and luxury retail. The quality is not there. People would walk in just to look at a bag and say, I don't like the quality, as it was some kind of weird exercise. Nobody made you walk in here. But anyways, it wasn't about that. It was always about the label. So not only the poor quality, but I wasn't treated correctly at Louis Vuitton or Chanel, and I should be because I'm spending $1,000. So I get it. Everyone wants their pretty woman moment where Julia Roberts' character goes into the store and she's treated badly and she comes back with shopping bags to prove that she has money and that she is worth something. And I also sympathize if you were not treated properly at a luxury store, because I mean, nobody wants bad service, whether you're in Louis Vuitton or Target or Burlington Coat Factory. Let me tell you something. If you try to snub these luxury brands and say, I'm not going to shop here anymore, I really don't care. Or if you're going to say, I'm so over Vuitton, I'm going to shop at Fendi instead. Well, most of these brands are owned by the same conglomerate. Most of these brands are owned by the same rich guy, and there's only a few. Why are we still in love with luxury brands? So saying, I'm not going to shop at Vuitton, I'm going to shop at Fendi instead, or I'm going to shop at Hermes to prove a point. Well, I mean, why are we just making other people rich when they really don't care about you? They just care about your money. So I did see this clip about this woman being treated poorly at Chanel, and I sympathize with her. I do, because who wants to be treated poorly anywhere? Not even at Target or at Burlington Coat Factory. And the thing is, you can complain, but nothing is going to change as long as people's perception of luxury is that is it, and I want to be able to buy a Chanel bag and hand over my money to the brand. There's even this article in CNN Business that states that the snooty attitude of salespeople can boost luxury sales because it makes people think, I want to spend my money to prove to you that I can buy this. after being snubbed. And I also read an article about a mother and daughter being snubbed at Dior and then coming back the next day and spending $70K. Who are you trying to prove? Like, you're literally just giving your money to people who, again, don't care about you. Okay, and then I see the comments saying that salespeople should be so snobby because they can't even afford the goods and they just work there. And that's a terrible attitude to have too, because if you think your worth is tied to what you can buy, or someone else's worth is tied to their job or what you can buy or they can buy, you're the problem. But on a serious note, as a former client advisor, what do these goods mean to me? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And I will tell you a secret. The customers that get excellent service, okay, first of all, if you were just nice and humble and not throwing your money and arrogance around like you're the Prince of Egypt, then you're likely to get good service. Okay. But also, these brands and every brand wants their customer to build brand loyalty and customer loyalty. And that's why they have these exclusive parties, Hermes and Vuitton. They want you to buy housewares. They want you to buy plates and scarves to build your collection. Especially in the case of Hermes, you've got to build your collection before they offer you a quota bag, okay? You gotta play the game. With Chanel, they want you to buy ready-to-wear and shoes. They don't want you to buy just handbags. And these luxury brands were built on other things in their collection. Handbags became the money grab. It became the thing that all brands could slap a big price tag on. The brands make a high margin and you guys fall right into the trap. Okay, but let me ask you, are any of these stores known for great service? No. Nordstrom, where you can return anything, Amazon, where you can return anything. So people assume if I spend so much money on a bag that Vuitton will bend over backwards for me. I mean, they do train us on having a great relationship with the customer, but nowhere does it say that this bag's gonna last you forever, that you can return it anytime, and all these ridiculous things that people demand. Nor does it say the quality of this bag is above and beyond of what you can buy at another retailer. In fact, there is no difference between some of these luxury bags and, say, mid-price brands such as Coach. It's all an illusion. It's all about exclusivity. I know that some of you are gonna get really mad at me for saying that. Really mad because you spent the money. But here's the thing, it's not exclusive anymore. It's just retail with a fancy label slapped on. Now, back in the day, they used to make very low quantities of these bags. There was more precision, care, and detail into making luxury bags. But now, to keep up with demand, that is no longer the case. I've seen the factory with my own eyes. They are mass produced. Yet so many people do not want to believe that. Let's just go a little bit deeper. This isn't just about customer service. It's about the power that we as consumers give to these brands. We worship them. We act like they are some holy grail of success and wealth, and then we complain when they don't treat us like royalty. So wait, how does that work? Because you're putting this brand on a pedestal, but then you expect to be treated on a pedestal like it doesn't work that way? Anyways, I digress. We expect like something special, like I'm gonna open this bag and gold butterflies are gonna fly out. But in reality, it's just another business transaction. So if you sit there and complain, we are just waiting, we as client advisors are just waiting for the person behind you who is gonna hand over the money. So like a couple years ago, people were complaining about, oh, Louis Vuitton isn't high enough, I'm going to Chanel, their quality is bad, I'm going to Hermes. And I think all of the owners of these brands are just laughing and collecting the money because you're not teaching anyone a lesson. They don't need your money. They do not need your money. Sure, they want it, but they're not desperate for it. And I know, you're thinking, I spent $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. Where's my exclusive treatment? Okay, well, first of all, some of these stores have customers that will spend $1 million in a year. So if you're spending $2,000, still makes you a small fish in a very big pond. But now here's the truth. You're now part of the mass market of expensive luxury goods. Everyone with a credit card is welcome. There are more products than before. It's not as exclusive as before. They will gladly take your credit card. That doesn't mean you owe them anything. That doesn't mean they owe you anything. You're paying more than you are for your handbag at Macy's, but that doesn't mean it comes with roses at your feet. In fact, go to Macy's, you might just get better treatment. Now, honestly, do you need to be spending your money with brands that don't value you? Because like I said, you're just another transaction, plain and simple. But let me bring up the real issue here. And this is something no one likes to talk about. You see, these brands like Chanel, Christian Dior, Armani, Loro Piana, they have already been exposed for exploiting labor chains. They have monopolized entire villages for their raw materials and cheap labor, all in the name of bigger profits for themselves. And this isn't some hidden secret. We've known this for years, decades. But as soon as the next Paris Fashion Week rolls around, we act like it never happened. We see the beautiful backdrop of Paris, we see the beautiful fashions, we see the celebrities that now show up to the Louis Vuitton shows, the head designer of men's Pharrell Williams, Snoop Dogg, Beyonce and her husband. And we forget, we turn a blind eye, and we praise these brands for their creativity and their style and their innovation, but we conveniently ignore the fact that they're using the same unethical practices as fast fashion companies like H&M and Nike. It's the same labor violation, same manufacturing chain, different label, the same amount of environmental waste, the same exploitation of workers earning low wages for these high price items. But we as a society, we're quick to drag fast fashion through the mud while putting luxury on a pedestal. Why? Because it's more expensive, because I worked hard to pay for it, because the label says Chanel instead of H&M. It's all part of the same machine, just packaged a little differently, and I mean a little. Luxury simply doesn't mean ethical. One of Bernard Arnault's nephews made this stupid quote. He said, "Luxury is sustainable by nature." What? I'm sorry, I don't think it was made by the indigenous people. I don't understand what that means. Just because you spent more doesn't mean that this product was made more ethically. It doesn't mean it was made with more care for the environment or for the workers who made it. It's still a mass-produced good, and Bernard Arnault is always tied for the richest man in the world. Do you think he cares about what the little people are making? All of that is going into his pocket. He still has not saved the world. So it's still part of the same wasteful, exploitative system. Now, controversial opinion, the same goes for those of you who are screaming about fakey fakes being used to exploit a child labor, when there are articles about Christian Dior and Loro Piana exploiting the adults and probably their children as well. There is not one that is better than the other. So I get it. When you spend a lot of money, because we have, as consumers, have been trained that the more money you spend, the better quality item you're going to get. But here's the reality. It doesn't work that way anymore. And these luxury brands know it. They know that you are going to keep putting them on a pedestal and keep spending the money. And they don't have to give you any type of warranty or guarantee of quality or even satisfaction. It's like, here's your bag and go. And they are succeeding in pushing as many products onto you as possible. They sell you a dream. Exactly what my manager said my first day on the floor at Vuitton. There is nothing here that anybody needs. We are selling the dream, and our consumers fall for it over and over again. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with wanting something, but to want something to give yourself a feeling of status or to feel that you're above someone else or to give you some type of self-worth, that needs to be examined, because let's not pretend it's about status anymore. See, people these days, they want to feel like they made it because they bought the Chanel or that watch or a piece of jewelry. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. If you have saved your entire career or you got a bonus and you got to buy that thing, that is great. But those of you who use it to look down at other people like, I can afford this and you can't. Here is the truth. It doesn't make you richer or smarter or better or more moral than the next person. It is just money spent. So the real flex, knowing when your value is not predicated on your things and knowing when enough is enough. So at the end of the day, luxury is no longer exclusive. It's retail, pure and simple. It is there to make a profit for these corporations. Sure, it might be exciting to watch a stranger on the internet unbox something that you can't afford. Okay, let's just leave it there. It doesn't mean that you have to sacrifice yourself, your savings, your own money, your healthy mindset to fit in. You don't have to fit in. In fact, when everyone has something, it's not special anymore. So let's be honest, these brands don't make you richer. They don't make you look better, smell better, talk better, think better. They just make you spend your money. So let's stop the competitiveness over our things and our luxury items and our Van Cleefs and our this and our that, because who cares? Luxury isn't about labels. It's about living on your own terms, making better choices for yourself, for your family, and for the environment. And if you shop luxury, shop consignment, shop pre-loved. You can still get your hands on those really special pieces that were actually made to be luxury. And guess what? Not everyone is going to have it. Do things that make sense for you and not to impress your neighbors. So that's my spiel today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. My name is Michelle, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.